Your marketing message must match the market or the audience you intend to attract. But how do you do this? That's what I'm going to break down in today's episode. We're going to talk about the simple steps to creating a marketing message to attract more ideal clients. Hi, I am Tim Fitzpatrick with Rialto Marketing, where we believe you must remove your revenue roadblocks if you want to accelerate growth and get where you want to go faster. We also believe marketing shouldn't be difficult. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in. Look, Dan Kennedy has influenced me a lot from the marketing side of things. He is the GOAT of direct response marketing as far as I'm concerned. But he talks about this concept of market message media match. We got to understand the market we're going after. We have to have a message that resonates with that market. And then the media, the marketing channels, the tactics we use to get in front, all of them, right? All of those need to be in alignment. They need to match if your marketing is going to work long term and consistently. What I'm going to focus on in today's episode is the messaging aspect of that. What are some of the key components that you need to have in your messaging playbook? We call it at Rialto Marketing a magnetic messaging playbook that we put together. And marketing messaging, there's not a whole lot new in it, right? The fundamentals of it have not changed. I was heavily influenced by folks like Dan Kennedy, the folks over at Story Brand. They have done a really good job of boiling marketing messaging down into some pretty simple and easy to understand concepts. But what I'm going to talk about today, there's nothing new here. Okay. But I think fundamentals of marketing messaging are very easy to skip and overlook. So I want to I'm going to talk about 12 different aspects of your messaging playbook that I think are critically important. So first one is the character, right? The hero in the story. And you are not the hero, okay? Your clients are the hero, the main character in the story. We are inviting your clients into a story where they are the hero and you are the guide or that trusted advisor. So the first thing we need to understand about our clients, right? The main character in the story is, what do they want? What do they want as it relates to what you do? And we need to identify that because we need to touch on that in our marketing message. The second thing we need to understand are the various problems. And there are multiple types of problems. One, there's a villain, right? There's a villain in every story. What are your clients battling each and every day that you help them combat or fight? One of the villain that we talk about a lot is information overload when it comes to marketing. We're all battling this information overload when it comes to marketing, and that gets in our way of successfully marketing. There is an external problem, right? Or problems that they face, right? What are those common problems that they are faced with as a result of that villain that's in this story? There's an internal problem, right? How is it making them feel? How are the external problems and the villain making them feel? And then there's a philosophical problem. The philosophical problem is just like, what's playing wrong about them having to deal with these various problems? I touched on the philosophical problem we focus on in the beginning of this episode, right? Marketing shouldn't be difficult. It is for a lot of people because they're battling information overload and they don't know what to do. They're not sure what their next steps are, or they just guess as a result, right? And it's just throw stuff up against a wall. And all of these things make marketing really difficult, but it shouldn't be that way. It doesn't have to be that way. Then we have the trusted advisor, right? The guide. Every story has a guide. So, for example, one of my favorite movies, don't fault me, is the original Point Break. Keanu Reeves is the main character, right? He's a green FBI agent, But then Gary Busey is the trusted advisor, the guide in the story. He's the seasoned FBI agent that is partners with Keanu Reeves, right? The guide, the trusted advisor, has already been where that main character, that hero, is right now and knows exactly what they need to do. That's why you want to position yourself as the guide or the trusted advisor in this story instead of the hero, right? The hero is stuck. The hero doesn't know what to do. They've got these problems they're facing and they have no idea what they need to do to get from where they are to where they want to be. But the trusted advisor knows exactly what needs to happen, which is why you want to position yourself as that advisor. Then you've got a plan, right? The advisor, the guide in the story has a plan. They know what steps the hero needs to take. And there are a couple of different types of plans. There's a process plan, which is about alleviating confusion. What are the steps? Simple, not the 50 steps you take to help clients, but the 3-4 steps you walk clients through to get them from where they are to where they want to be. Keep it simple. And that's why that process plan helps alleviate confusion. What's it going to be like to work with you? Well, here's the 3 steps we're going to take. Now, you also have an agreement plan, and an agreement plan alleviates fear. What are the fears that potential clients have in working with businesses like yours? Take those fears and shift those into positive statements that will help eliminate those fears that they might have. Then we've got to have calls to action. We have to tell potential clients what we expect them to do. There are 2 types of calls to action. There's direct and indirect. A direct call to action is for people that are ready to immediately take that next step, right? These can be things like booking a discovery call, scheduling a free consultation, schedule a strategy session, something like that. But there are a lot of people that are going to go to our website or see our content online that aren't ready to take that step. That's where your indirect calls to action come in. And those are things like checklists, cheat sheets, what we in marketing call lead magnets, right? It could be a workshop that you do. It could be a 5-day email course or a video course, something like that that you offer for free that adds value and serves those potential clients, but it also helps you start to build that relationship. They give you their name, their email, and now you can start to nurture and build that relationship, right? So we've got to have multiple calls to action. Next thing we need to have after calls to action is we need to talk about the failure and the pain points that your ideal clients are experiencing, right? We need to paint the picture of what does life look like now? What's it going to continue to look like if they don't choose to take action on the problems that they're currently facing, right? We need to paint that picture. Now, on the flip side, we also need to paint the picture of what success looks like. When they work with you, what does success look like? What are the results? What are the outcomes? What are they going to feel like? We need to paint that picture as well, right? We need to think of those failure and pain points like salt in a recipe. Like, yeah, I don't think we want to pour it on, but we do need to let them know success and results is like the flour in the recipe. I mean, you could just pour that on, okay? The next thing is characters go through a transformation, right, in stories. They go from feeling a certain way to being a different person or becoming a different person. And so if we can paint that picture of what transformation they're going to go through, that can be really, really powerful in our messaging as well. Next thing we need to have is we need to have a one-liner, right? Think of your one-liner. This could also be people talk about this as like an elevator pitch, right? It's that quick answer to what do you do? What do you do? It's 1-2 sentences at the most. It is not meant to answer every single question that they're going to have about what you do. It's simply meant to engage and get them to go, well, tell me more. Right? So it's simple. Right? At Rialto Marketing, we're marketing consultants, advisors, and outsourced or part-time marketing executives. And we help MSPs and other B2B professional service firms build and manage their marketing engine so they can get where they want to go faster. Simple, short, sweet, to the point. And if for our ideal clients, that's going to get them to go, oh, well, like, tell me more about that. Like, how do you help people build and manage a marketing engine? What's that mean? Okay. That's your one-liner. Now you also have a core message, right? And your core message is that simple, quick promise you can make. It's what makes you different, right? For us, it's remove your revenue roadblocks. Everybody's in the marketing space is talking about, building a funnel, generating more leads, doing all these different things. But what makes us different and what we really focus on is removing your revenue roadblocks. When you remove your revenue roadblocks, all of a sudden, marketing isn't nearly as difficult anymore, right? We've got to remove the roadblocks that are in our way, and that helps us get where we want to go faster. Okay. But your core message it is one sentence. It is a quick promise. It helps differentiate your business. So think about what makes you different. What kind of promise can you make quickly to your ideal clients? Two more here. Number 11, your competitive advantage, right? What separates you from every other potential MSP or attorney or, whatever, software as a service company? What makes you different from all your other competitors? Couple things here to think about. There are some thresholds that a competitive advantage should meet. One, is it true? Is it relevant to your market, right? Are they going to see it as relevant? Because if they don't see it as relevant, then it's not going to matter. And is it provable? Your competitive advantage statements should check all three of those boxes, right? It should pass that litmus test. One of the simplest places to start thinking about competitive advantage statements is, how can you help save or make clients money? How can you save them time? How are you reducing risk? And how are you eliminating hassles? Ask yourself those questions. Those are really good places to start honing in on what your potential competitive advantage could be. Last thing I want to talk about is your point of view. Your point of view is another way to help differentiate your business as well. But when you think about your point of view, these are things that you believe, that you communicate in your content, in your email marketing, your social media posts, other content that you're creating. You use that point of view to, one, become different and to become interesting, right? You're going to repel some people with your point of view, but you're also going to attract certain people with your point of view. So when you think about a point of view, think about things like, what's something that you believe that others in the industry don't, right? What's a commonly held belief you disagree with in your space? What's something that you believe that is meant to protect your audience from harm? Right? How is this affecting the people that you seek to serve? Right? You can have multiple points of view. Frankly, I think you should have multiple points of view, but come up with those. Those are things that are all going to help differentiate your business and craft a really strong message. So those are 12 different elements that I think must be in any good messaging playbook. When we work on this with clients, whether we're doing it for them or guiding them through the process, we call it a magnetic messaging playbook. And your messaging playbook is a tool that you can go back to with your marketing message. It transfers over into your sales message and in customer service. So it hits every point in the customer journey. Your messaging playbook is not just a marketing tool, it is a marketing, sales, and customer service tool to keep your message consistent across the entire experience that a client has with your business. So I hope you found this helpful. If you've got questions, comments, you're stuck, you can always reach out to us. Connect with us over at rialtomarketing.com. That's RIALTO marketing.com. Feel free to book a free discovery call. I'll be happy to chat with you. This episode, I was focused all about messaging, which is one of the 9 revenue roadblocks we help clients remove so they can get where they want to go faster. If you want to know which of the 9 revenue roadblocks are slowing down your growth, you can do that at revenueroadblockscorecard.com. Takes less than 5 minutes, customized report, tons of value there. So please take advantage of it. I appreciate you. I thank you for watching, listening, however you're consuming this. And till next time, take care.